Yo, what's up, everybody? Yeah. Welcome back to the Mike Dolce Show. Today, we are discussing what might possibly be the most important question you have yet to answer. That's right. The question at hand is something you might not have thought about. And I want to share a story from my own life that brought this to my attention. And I thought today was a great day to discuss it with you. So hang with me here a minute and listen, because by the time we get to the end of this, you will be well prepared to take that next step. Well, the question is, let's just give you the question. I'll let it dangle before I get into the story. Why not you? Why not you? Keep that question in mind. So I was working with a famous athlete, and during this period of time, there was a lot of hype around this individual. And with the hype came a lot of fancy people and a lot of big titles and a lot of ego. Everybody was so excited every single day about the new meeting and the new deal and the new proposal and the new opportunity. And I was caught up in it. Now, back in these days, I was Cinderella. I was just the little nutrition boy. I was just the coach that was just kind of pushed off into the background. I was the doorman man at the nightclub. I was the roadie for the band. I barely got a second look by anybody walking in or out of the room because everyone who was involved in this thought they were the most important person on the planet. We are talking about thousands of dollars spent on their suits, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the vehicles that they were driving, and millions of dollars that they were each earning per year as their salary. Now, as the days and weeks went by, this all led up to one big meeting of the minds, and all the fancy people, they all came. And they came to the house, the mansion that we were staying in. And during this time and during these weeks, I was just going about my business, focused on my job, focused on the work, keeping my head down, playing my part, doing my thing the entire time, doing the best version of my thing that I could, but staying completely in my lane and not really popping my head out. Cinderella. While everybody was upstairs dancing at the ball, I was downstairs scrubbing the pots, almost literally, because I'm the food guy and I was the strength coach. So I was in the sweaty, dirty dungeon of a gym or in the kitchen preparing the meals and cleaning up after that. So this big meeting was the middle of the day, and it was a weekend day, and everybody else was out of the house except for the main players, the main characters. And I was preparing lunch for myself and for the athlete. We got done eating, very chill. I'm cleaning up and I'm in and out of the house just doing my thing. And then as the time came, the energy started to swirl around, right? And I'm trying to be very vague here. And this is going back some period of time. I'm being vague because the people don't matter. The individual doesn't matter. And none of that matters. And you won't be able to piece together the actual who's who of the story. But the story is 100% true. But most importantly is what I took out of this story. Remember, why not you? So, as these fancy people were showing up in their Bentleys, in their Rolls Royces, in their Maseratis, and their Range Rovers, and all the other fancy cars, and so flew his private jet in, and so flew, first class or whatnot, coming straight from another major athletic competition to be there. And they all get around the table and they all start talking. Now, where they met was in the dining room, big enough to seat about 8 or so people. And I'm back and forth outside, but really in the kitchen at this time, just off the dining room. I know these individuals from the last few weeks of in and out of the house and whatnot, and no big deal. And I got to know them just a little bit and hear them talk and be around them and hear them joke around and talk about non-business related things also. I've gotten a glimmer into their personal life at the same time as I've had the ability to see their business acumen, but I've also got to see the opinion of them by the other individuals, because this was over the course of multiple weeks. Somebody would come in, they'd make their pitch, they'd have the conversation, they'd do this thing, pat on the back, they'd leave. And then somebody else comes in who knew this person and that person and this person and this person. So over the course of a few weeks, I've got some insight. I know who they are. I know what they're about. I know what they've accomplished. Everyone's successful. And as I'm listening to this last meeting and I'm hearing the people talk, it strikes me. Who the heck are these idiots? What the heck is that fool talking about right now? How can you trust that person to do that thing? If those idiots can do what they've done, then they're all accomplished. If those idiots in that room can all accomplish such magnificent things, why not me? There's nobody in that room, and I thought that there's nobody in that room smarter than I am. Sure, they know their individual task, their job, their role, possibly better than I know that specific role, but they're no better at their thing than I am at my thing. In fact, I'm way better at my thing than they are at their thing. They're not a better person than me. Most of these idiots are scumbags. Sorry. Most of these idiots I would not let near my family, near my banking details. I wouldn't let them near a glass of water unattended. So they're not smarter than me. They're not better than me. They're not more deserving than me. They don't work harder than I do. But if these fools, these idiots can do it, why not me? And as I thought about that, I had a major transformation. Son of a gun. If these idiots can do it, of course I can do it. Abso-freaking-lutely I can do it. And I'm so happy that they've done it, because that's my proof of concept. Each person in that room is successful, infinitely successful, far beyond their ability or their work ethic or their intelligence, in my opinion. And I'm trying to be polite here. There's a couple good people that came through. But if them, why not me? So I ask you right now, why not you? Are you completely satisfied with what you're doing in life? What you've currently accomplished, is that it? Or is there so much more left in the tank? Think about the richest person you know. Are they a better person than you? Are they really smarter than you? Are they so much better at their little thing than you are at your thing? And if so, is it simply because they've been doing their thing longer than you've been doing yours? Maybe it's because they've actually put in more time to their thing than you've put into yours. So if they're capable of doing it, why not you? So that's right, you right now, what can you do to be better? What more can you do? But also, what should you stop doing to be better? And this is a big one. I've spoken about this a few weeks ago. It's a constant theme here. Success is not always what more can you do. Success is oftentimes found in what you stop doing. Are you wasting too much time just gaming away, burning an hour, 2, 3, 4 hours a day? Are you wasting too much time procrastinating, circling the button, never actually pressing it and activating? Are you not being as efficient, as organized, as structured as you could be in your day simply because you're not confident enough or you don't think you actually deserve it? And this is very common. A lot of the athletes I work with are so genetically gifted. They got somewhere in their mind they think they don't deserve to be successful. So they underplay their full potential. They never quite go hard. And you've seen it all the time. The super talented athlete that pulls up in the last 3 seconds of a 40. They just pull up a little bit at the end. They don't quite go as hard. They don't want the ball for the winning shot. They pull up just a little bit. That's all of us to a degree, and that's all of us at certain times. But this conversation is to ask you, why not you? If they can be successful, infinitely successful, far more successful than they've ever imagined, well, why not you? That's what I thought. If these idiots can do it, why not me? And for me, that was the switch. That's when I fully believed in my ability to take everything to the next level. That's when I fully realized there was so much more I could be doing. And to do more things, I had to stop doing other things, other creature comforts. I had to grow up in many ways. And I was early 30s at this point, so I was a grown man for sure. Early 30s, yeah, maybe 30, 31 or so. And that's when it really struck and it really hit. And within 4 years, by the time I was 35, everything had changed. My life had completely changed. Completely changed. To the level that I had never believed that it ever could. So, that's the question to you. Why not you? And also, why not smash the like button right now and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel? Why not? Why not? I'd appreciate that. Thank you. It lets me know you're there. It lets me know you care. Now let me answer some questions. Zach C. F you, Zach C. Put those pants back on, man. Frank Wells, what's up, coach? On my way to weigh-ins now. Much easier when everything is on home turf, brother. I'm proud of you, Frankie. Keep me posted, my man. We're all cheering for you. Mark Cox. Yo, what up, Mark? Angel, what's up, man? Hope all's good. All is great here. F Francis. Exactly, Zach. F that dude. Entitled man, entitled fool. Boxing stuff. F you, boxing stuff. Paul, as Frank Lucas would say, the loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. Ain't that the truth? Dr. Seuss, Coach Mike, almost always delivering. MFU. I appreciate that. Not always cause everyone needs goals in life. We appreciate you right on, Dr. Seuss. I'm here for you. Angel, can't wait to watch your fight tomorrow, Frank. Heck yeah, Frankie. Zach, what did Cinderella say when she got to the ball? Cags. That's a good one. I've never heard that one before. Boxing stuff. Dolce, how did you cut your outgoings when you was saving for property? Man, I drove a 1992 Buick until 2012. From 2005 until 2012, I drove a 1992 Buick Regal. 1 second here. Hey, I'm doing a video, YouTube video. What's up? Oh, you're the best. All right, I'll call you in a minute. All right, bye. Rule number 1. When the spouse calls, you answer. When family calls, you answer. When your significant other calls, you answer it, no matter what you're doing. If you're podcasting to millions of people around the world, you answer the phone. I don't care what you're doing. Pro tip right there. But that's the answer. I drove a 1992 Buick for 7 years. Not because I, quote, had to, because I chose to, because I was delaying gratification so I could buy my first home for cash. That's why I did it. And that same mentality when all my friends were driving F-150s and Lexuses and Beamers and Mercedes and everything else, and I'm in this land of opulence, I'm living in Las Vegas, and everybody's trying to be fronting and driving around, I'm still driving a 1992 Buick Regal white with neon red plush interior. My wife was driving a 2005 Kia Spectra with manual roll-down windows and manual locks. We drove both those cars until 2012. Not because we, quote, had to, because we chose to, because we knew exactly what we wanted. We were going to buy our first home for cash, and that's what we did. And we also bought cars. She got a Tahoe, I got a Land Rover, bought for cash. That's how we did it. So when everybody else, and that was 7 years, that was more than 7 years, by the way, but still, of nose down grind work all the way through. And that was what? How old was I? So that was, like I said, 35. That was the year. That was the year everything changed. Now, it was building, and I could have fronted, I could have pretended, I could have drove the same truck, I could have leased it, right? I could have leased it and drove it around for what, $400, $500, $600 a month in payments, plus another $200, $300, $400 a month in car insurance. Excuse me. I could have done that like everybody else does. Most people do. All my buddies were. Most of the people I know, that's the life that they were living. But that's not the life I wanted. I had a different vision of what my life would be, and my wife had the same vision, and we bought into that, and that's what we worked for. Might not be your vision, but it's our vision. So whatever your vision is, that's what you have to get down. That's what you have to get after, and that's what we did. Now, I personally think my vision is way better than most other people's, to be completely debt-free, cash flow positive, to not have anyone tell me what I have to do, where I have to go, when I have to be there. Man, that to me is freedom. Freedom, baby. So I hope that answers your question. Boxing stuff. Salva, you can ask a follow-up if you want to, of course. Salvatore, boom. I love the videos, brother. Keep them coming. Absolutely. Frank Wells, Angel, my man. Appreciate the love. Chat after the weigh and bang. Ha. Nick Gambino, what's up, man? We're all humans chasing that bag. Sometimes they get their shine first, but it's important to not be envious, to use it to grow. No, I love when I see successful people, man. I love it. I am not one of those haters. I want to see everybody successful. Man, I want to see people just crushing life and crushing goals and making money and just like that energy. I want that energy. I want to touch it. I want to feel it. I want to smell it. I want to be around that, especially people I don't like. Because I'm like, if that fucking scumbag, dirtbag, idiot, adulterer, cheat, like a horrible human being, if that thing can be successful, then you damn well better know I'm going to be infinitely more successful. That's my motivation. I never, ever, ever put that negative energy out there. Someone successful, high five, good for you. I'm going to double that. I'm going to do better. I guarantee it. I know it. That's the mentality I have. Jason Myers, Sergeant Muay Thai, what's up, Brian? F you back, Angel. Yeah, buddy, let's go. Yep. Videos by Gaius. Dolce, quick question. Is eating excessive protein bad for your liver? Thanks for the content. Well, it's not necessarily or inherently bad at your liver. Now, not knowing your medical condition, this is not medical advice. This is just mindless, irrelevant information. I'm making this up as I go, so don't listen to anything I say. That being said, protein, by and large, will have an impact on your kidneys. The kidneys are actually the filtration organ for protein. So if you're eating excessive protein, that has to get filtered through the kidneys. Lots of times, athletes, pro athletes, bodybuilders, they have kidney issues because of excessive protein consumption. Or if you have, like, your kidneys aren't quite working optimally, you got to be really careful on the protein you consume. And likely you're going to be put on a low protein diet. Again, speak with your doctor about this. Kyle Dawson. Hey, coach, breakfast bowl or every morning with oats, flax, chia, pumpkin, and almond butter. It's awesome, but what's good to throw in there for some extra protein on the hard days? Well, you don't really have to throw extra protein into the breakfast bowl because you have the entire day to keep adding your protein. Now, if you're eating the oats and flax and chia and pumpkin seeds and almond butter and some berries, it's awesome. Maybe throw in another teaspoon or two of hemp seeds, maybe. But you already have a ton of protein. There's probably 20, 30 grams of protein in that bowl by itself. You're good to go. Cody, thank you for all the content and thank you for being no frills and no nonsense. Come on, look at me. I got this jacket right here. This jacket I got in 2008 on The Ultimate Fighter. On Tufts, The Ultimate Fighter 7. That's when I got this jacket. It was completely free, and I'm wearing it. This $8 hat I've been wearing for God knows how long. How long have you seen me wear this same freaking $8 hat with the slightly bent rim I keep pushing back? So when you say no frills, damn straight no frills, baby, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. I've been wearing these same sweatpants all week, Monday through Friday, the same sweatpants. Now I shower like 2 and 3 times a day, but still these things go back on me. No frills, baby. That's the way we roll over here. Income versus outgo. Zach C, my man, Zach C with the $2 super chat donation. Boom. Zach C, thank you very much, my man. I appreciate you, and I appreciate that. Never necessary, always appreciate it. Day 2 on 3 weeks of shredded. Need to update the Speedo picks. FBJ and F Ziggy. Exactly, Zach. I can't wait to see that Speedo. We should do a Zach C virtual calendar. How awesome would that be? Just every month there should be a photo of you in a different, precarious position in your Speedo, your Sunga, your mantees of choice. That would probably sell really well on this channel. And all profits, I will donate all profits to charity. Maybe Save the Leopard Print Panty Factory or something like that. I'm R Deep. Says, hey, F.U. Dolce, big fan from England. Should I reduce my protein intake on non-training days? I keep protein relatively static throughout my week. And then I phase my carbs and my fats up and down depending upon expenditure. Now, if I have some hard training, I'll throw in a little bit more protein, but not excessively more, an extra maybe 20, 40 grams on that hard training day in and around the training. But I'm already consuming, for my size, I'm consuming about 180 to 220 grams of protein on the average day. Sergeant Muay Thai 2003 Honda Accord, 190,000 miles till the wheels fall off. Had it since 09, brother. My man, I love it. Now, here's what I did, Brian, and here's a little pro tip. When you're doing that, when I'm driving that, I was paying car payments, quote, car payments to myself that were appreciating in a high-yielding interest rate. I think I had an ING money market account at that time. I was getting about 4% interest on that. So I was paying myself into a money market account every single month as if I was paying a car dealership. So all my friends were driving around these fancy cars. I remember one of my buddies, his car payment was $1,200 per month for one car he was driving. And it wasn't even that nice of a car. It wasn't fun to drive, totally impractical. He was paying $1,200 per month for this thing. Insane. And probably like another $400 a month for car insurance. It was absolutely insane. But anyway, Bri, that's what I did because I knew I was going to buy my next car cash. So I was like, let me start paying those payments right now in a separate fund. And this was earmarked specifically as the car fund. And that was growing. Zach, see, I used to bang girls in the back of a Ford Escort while bumping Puff Daddy and Metallica since the car was paid off. It was okay. Well, that's always okay. Consensually, of course, but that's never wrong. I mean, the Puff Daddy might be a little Puff Daddy, Notorious B.I.G. days. Maybe I can see that. That was back in my era. Boxing stuff. Thanks for the answer. I'm currently saving for a property. I love it. Boxing stuff. I'd love to hear more about it. I'm happy to answer any questions. Maybe leave a question below this video, even if it's just like, hey, a what if scenario. What would you do, Mike? I would love that. A what would you do? How about that? What would you do, Mike? And then give me your scenario. I'm going to start doing a lot more hot takes, 3-minute, 5-minute, 7-minute hot takes of what would you do? Someone, I think Nick L asked the question, or Tucker Turner, actually Turner asked the question earlier in the week, which was a real estate question, kind of a what would you do? So leave that question below when this video posts. Leave it in the comment section. What would you do, Mike? Give me your situation, and I'll just tell you what would I do. Maybe it'll be interesting. Hi, Rodrigo. Hey, Coach. Hello from Chile. Chile. A little difficult to hear you with all the stuff going on over here. Send some motivation for the Latino American people. Rodrigo, absolutely, brother. How are you doing? What's going on over there, my friend? Are you safe? Keep us posted. We are all one, my friend, all in the community together. So we all support you and are cheering for you, sending good vibes. Frank Wells, official weigh-ins at 6. I can be 147 with a 1-pound allowance. Just pre-checked on the official 47.5. After my salt load, I was 171 Monday. Dolce Science MFers, easiest cut yet. Bang, Frank Wells. Getting it done, my man. So Frank Wells was 171 on Monday. He's sitting here right now, 147.5 on Friday. How many pounds is that? 47, 57, 67, 23.5 pounds. He's down in 5 days following the Dolce Diet's 3 weeks to shredded program. Frank is also a duly certified Dolce Diet coach. How about that? This is the way we do it. All the other fools running around cooking their athletes, killing their athletes, depriving and dehydrating their athletes. Uncle Frank is running around 23 pounds down on weight, feeling great. Zach, can we get 3 weeks of shredded in gram measurements instead of ounces online? It's easier to weigh small portions. You can, Zach. Actually, that's really easy. You can toggle. I believe you can toggle. If not, support can do it for you. We have the empirical system and the metric system. So inside the metric system, that's for like the rest of the world, UK and Australia, and the rest of the world who uses the metric system. Excuse me. You can just toggle the system to display only in metrics, and there's your grams and such. So happy to do that. That's actually a great idea. Excuse me. Angel, head down. Time to grind. My 10-year goal is to have a gym like yours. All my long-term goals is scary stuff. Like they should be. Cash flow positive. Thanks for the financial advice. Absolutely, Angel. I'm proud of you, man. And we're going to start working on those follow-up calls here soon. And then we can start enrolling you into this. Guys, if any of you want to talk privately to me, we have the Work with Mike link. You can certainly check that out below this video. It's at Dolce Diet Shop. I'll post it below this video where you want to get some one-on-one time with me, a 30-minute intensive consultation where we rip apart everything in your life, your health, your fitness, your training, your finances, your interpersonal relationships. You want to know where babies are made? I can explain that to you. But really, this is very intense conversation with me to get you where you need to go. It is a consultation and you really direct it. What do you want to know? What do you want to hear about? What do you want to get from me? And I share open. You can tell I'm open book, right? Best practices. So click the link below for the Work with Mike tab. Dr. Seuss, Uncle Mike, does LIST work? If your heart rate is below 100, walking isn't enough display. Absolutely. LIST is amazing. Just think, resting heart rate, your resting heart rate is probably in the mid-high 40s. So you're more than doubling your resting heart rate. You're good to go. Don't worry about it because likely you're training at higher heart rate later on in the day or multiple times during the day or multiple times during the week. So don't worry about it. Most people, they detrain their aerobic threshold, their aerobic base. We want to make sure that becomes a strength. You're doing perfect, Dr. Seuss. Paul, Coach, any tips to get toddlers to eat more veggies, smoothies? So what we do, We have blenders and blend tech and veggie or Vitamixers and food processors. We'll blend up a bunch of different foods like produce, like carrots and spinach and cucumbers and a little like maybe some parsley and whatever the hell else Brandy puts in there. I mean, she's the queen of the kitchen when it comes with that stuff. She'll blend that up, and then we'll turn them into like food pops. So we'll blend that up. We'll do a bunch of like raspberry, or not raspberries, strawberries work extremely well. Strawberries, we'll squeeze like a little lime in there to kind of kill some of the tart taste, and we turn these into pops. We'll actually put some into their oatmeal. That works really well. We make different soups that the kids really love. They enjoy the soups. So one of the easiest things and then we make smoothies. Like, we'll put some like Greek yogurt in there and blend them up. Lots of fruit, but also lots of veg in there too. Now our youngest, she'll eat whatever we eat. She wants to eat. She'll eat all vegetables, no problem. The oldest is a little more finicky, but we just do more blending with her. Nidal, hello from Australia. Hello, Zach. Did your friend's $1,200 car come with a trashy who bag? Well, he wasn't Jersey. He was in Florida, and it came with like a new trashy who bag every weekend or so. Each one trashier than the one previously, and it was gross, man. It was just a gross lifestyle. Totally, I was like, what a waste. It was, and totally just trying to be that guy that like he was living in a rap video. Amar Deep says, Dolce, I'm on 3 weeks to shred it, and my earned meals are Wednesday and Sunday. Should I eat one or two less meals on these days to account for the earned meal being usually higher in calories? I would just eat more quantity in good quality food. That's what I do. My earned meals are just basically eating my same meal, but more of it. That's best practices. If you have to have something off menu, then fine, feel free. But I'm at the point, hopefully you get there, where it just becomes more quantity. David, what would Mike do? I like that, David. That's awesome. Primal example. What's up, my man? Squat up. Everybody's in here. Scoy boy. Hey, coach, on days you are tired because of little sleep, do you push through and hit the gym, or is it better to take those days off? If I'm just tired, I push through. If I'm just tired, I push through. Now, if I'm sick, if I'm injured, I take the day off. If I'm just tired and being a little baby, I push through. Now, I won't work as hard or as intensely or move as much weight, or let's say go live. I'll just drill, but I'll show up. Part of my thing is I show up. I go on my training. I show up, and I get there, and I get it in relative to what I should do that day, but I don't risk injury. I don't risk getting hurt. That's an important thing. I've been hurt enough times in my life to know I'd rather go 80% today so I can come back in tomorrow instead of going 90% today and getting hurt. So but I go. What would Dolce do shirts? That is, we thought about that a while back. Maybe we will do that. If you guys want that, maybe we'll do that. We'll do like a limited edition, something like that. We were going to do like those little like, kind of bands for a while. A lot of people asking for that. I don't know. I was like, I don't want to do it. It's kind of weird, for me anyway. But maybe we will do it. Nadal, hello from Australia. Sean, Mike Dolce eats shorts. Only your shorts, Sean. By the way, I got those Ray-Bans. Yeah. I put those the same place I put your toothbrush. How about that, buddy? How about that? Michael Scartelli. I called you, by the way. Coach, your full body workouts, what order do you do them in, and how long do they take, given I have limited time? Take me usually 45 to 100 to an hour and 15 minutes. I always start with the overhead press. Usually I'll overhead press, then I'll squat, then I'll deadlift, then I'll go into whatever ancillary work I might be doing. And why is that? I do all my pressing just because the barbell from the squats and the deadlifts, that's going to beat the hell out of the shoulders. I want to train my presses, whether it's horizontal or vertical presses, when my shoulders are still healthy, relatively healthy. Amar Deep says, have you heard of Cole Robinson and the snake diet? If so, what are your thoughts on it? I don't know Cole personally. He seems like he's playing a character, so I don't want to say that he's an a-hole. But the character he's playing certainly is that of an a-hole. The snake diet is ridiculous. There's no real science behind it. He's found a niche in order to prey upon emotionally needy individuals, people who lack quality education, and those who are looking for some sort of quick fix. And I don't say this to be create any drama. I'm just honestly answering your question. I think it's a disservice of what Cole's doing. He has a platform. He should be speaking. In my opinion, he should be teaching the true tenets of nutrition and dietetics. That's what all of us should be doing, the true tenets of nutrition and dietetics to help the largest amount of humans live healthy, long lives while achieving short-term goals. So what Cole is doing with the snake diet is a very short-term cash grab, in my opinion. But I've been in this game for over 20 years. I know everybody in the game, and I know all the fads that come in and out, and I know what certainly does work. We have a team of registered dietitians and exercise physiologists and master's degrees in nutrition sciences and all that fun stuff, right? That's who we are. That's what we do. So these exclusionary, like the almost kill yourself diet, where he talks about these dry fasts for like 3-4 days in a row, not eating anything, and like, oh, look how much weight I lost. Yeah, okay, big deal, man. That proves absolutely nothing. It proves absolutely nothing. So I'm not, but again, I think he's playing a character. It's just it sucks because dudes like that, people like that, because it's the girls too. The girls might be worse than the guys in many ways, because they they got a ass that looks good in a G-string, and they sell diets simply because they were born with a nice backside. So whatever. Excuse me. Nidal says, just about to have the breakfast bowl. Boom. Angel Poblano hitting list 5 to 7 days this week. Morning walks are really helping me structure my day. Exactly. Me too. My goal is to do it every single day. 11. Stefan, what's up, my man? Hey, Uncle Mike. Thanks for the quality content as usual. Stefan, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Zach C, sounds like his car was worth it. My man, these girls would have showed up. They would have showed up if you had a bike with no wheels on it. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of girls that he was. But those might be the type of girls that you like. No, I don't think so. I think you're rolling with high quality, Zach. I think you're pulling, 7s and up only. Cold winter. Thanks to your book, Dolce, I lost 80 pounds. Not a question. All I have is praise for you and the way you changed my life. Thank you. Cold winter. Thank you so much. That is an honor that you are here, that we had some sort of influence over your dramatic success. And how cool is that, everybody? Just through our book and through the information that we put forth, Cold Winter has lost 80 pounds, and I just saved that. That is going to go into my Make Mike Feel Good file, which anytime I see great testimonials and comments like that, I like to go back and look. So Cold Winter, thank you so much. That is so awesome. Aiden, yo, Mike, for us old guys, how do we build muscle over 40? Man, you got to get systematized in your life. Are you sleeping 8 hours per night? Are you eliminating all stress in your life? Are you having consensual intercourse at least 3 times per week? Are you eating a diet of robust, healthful, whole foods 4 to 6 times per day? Are you training briefly but very intensely? And no, I'm not talking about your consensual intercourse. Brief but extremely intense multi-joint compound movements. That's what we need to be doing. Then we need to also be going to our doctor and getting our blood work done and seeing if we have any sort of imbalances that need to be addressed. Maybe you have low testosterone, low total, low free. Who knows? It's possible. Maybe you have an underactive thyroid. Maybe you have something going on with your blood sugar. Maybe you have a vitamin D deficiency, which will inhibit muscle growth. Maybe you have a DHEA or pregnenolone deficiency, which will inhibit testosterone production. Maybe you have an IGF-1 deficiency. All of these things need to be understood. So it's not just one thing, it's everything. Guys over 40, there is no room for error. Everything has to be on point. But I got to tell you, life at 40, for all the kids listening right now, just think, as smart as you think you are right now, 10x your income. Whatever your income might be. By the time you get to 40, who knows? I don't know. I don't want to be a dickhead. But if you're in your 20s right now, by the time you get to your 40s, you should be able to 10x your income. Now, as smart as you think you are right now, imagine if you're rolling with 10 times the paycheck. Imagine how different life is when all your bills are paid and you don't even have to think about it anymore. When all your experience of the bedroom boogaloo all finally clicks, and now you're actually halfway decent at doing the dirty things that you do. Life just gets amazing above 40. So Aiden, I hope you like that. I was having a little fun there. Again, what would Mike do? Remember, what would Mike do? Leave the comments below this video. I'd love to answer those questions for you guys. Dope podcast with Bektik today. Everyone go check out. That's right. New episode with Mirsad Bektik on the Mike Dolce Show audio podcast. I think it was one of the best podcasts all year. I love Mirsad, right? We've been working together for a long time, 8 years, 6, 7, 8 years or so now, right? The relationship, you can tell the relationship, and we're talking about training, about fights, and just philosophy. And it's just, I forgot I was doing the podcast. I was just Mirsad and I just talking about how does he train, top 10 UFC featherweight. How does he train right now? How did we get him bigger and stronger, but lighter and leaner in 4 months period of time since his last fight? That's all that we talk about, that stuff. The audio podcast, the Mike Dolce Show. Video by Gaius. Have you ever heard of the Del Rey Misfits? If so, what is wrong? I have heard of it. Big Lenny pops onto this channel every so often. The Del Rey Misfits, they're out of Florida. They're very entertaining YouTube personalities. What's wrong with I got to tell you, I think Big Lenny's in way better shape than most other dudes in his age and demographic. That's something to be said. I think he's very open and honest about his performance enhancing drug use through the years. And I think that has something to do with it. But by and large, he's probably in better shape than most of the guys in his age group. So I'm not hating here. I'm celebrating. I can't read that. Deo. Thank you for continuing to be a positive role model. Is lack of or less muscle soreness post-workout a sign to increase the weight? No, you adapt. I don't really get too sore after my workouts anymore. You know what does get me sore, though? When people watch the channel and they don't smash the like button. So go ahead and smash that like button right there, somewhere there. That gets me sore. Outside of that, no, I'll know I lifted. I'll have more of just like a heavy fatigue in the muscle bellies, but not really a deep soreness. So I think that just comes in time after training frequency. But like I said, I don't miss sessions. I don't miss workouts. I got to jump out of here in a minute or so, guys. Mark Cox, hey, MD, can you lift weights fasted in the morning or have a certain meal before bed to help? You can do it if you have to, but it's not ideal. It's not ideal because the body is dehydrated first thing in the morning. You will not be at your optimal physical potential first thing in the morning. You just won't. Do people train in the morning? Yeah. Can you get a good workout in the morning? Yeah. Will it ever compare to getting a workout 3, 4, 5 hours later? No. When you're fully hydrated, you're fully fed, your central nervous system is now firing optimally, that's when you're going to have your best workouts. That's all. It's just best practices. David, my keto friend wants to know if he's apt to lose muscle mass due to his diet. He still smells like he ate a homeless man's a-hole. He is apt to lose muscle, but also he's apt to not gain more muscle. He's going to be in a muscle building purgatory on the ketogenic diet in many ways. Now, depending on your training frequency, training intensity, you may not lose a ton of muscle, but you definitely won't be building muscle, and he will not. Now, let's say him on keto and then him carb fueled, completely diligent with his dietary practices, though. Like he's following our program, the Dolce diet program, or he's on keto. He will make better gains on our program in time and over time than being on a ketogenic diet. He'll get just as lean. I got a bunch of lean photos of all of our athletes all over the place. Obviously, we get super low, mid single digit shredded following our program. That's never, ever, ever keto. We never restrict carbs. And we keep our muscle. We grow our muscle. Zach, check the pic for my old lady, bud. The snake diet was created by a snake that enjoys getting the snake F cool and F the snakes, bro. You are awesome, Zach. Yeah, you said probably what I'm thinking. I'm trying to be a little PC over here for whatever reason. I don't know why, because YouTube doesn't give me any love anyway. And I'm pretty sure I figured out why YouTube doesn't give me love and promote me the way that they should when they promote so many idiots out there. YouTube, come on, YouTube, let's get it going here, because I think I know what happened. I'm actually positive I know what happened, and it blows my mind. With us, Amar Deep says, thoughts on Animal Flow and Primal workouts? I love them. They seem like a fun alternative to regular workouts. Yep. Plus, you must be the only high-profile coaches who take so much time for the people. You demand. Amar Deep, thank you so much. And yeah, I don't know anybody else who spends as much free time doing what I do. Nobody does this. Nobody does this with my resume. Nobody does this. Nobody does this. And they all, I'm not going to get into the spewing crap, but nobody does what we do here. And I appreciate you guys for being here. Angel, hey, Mike, if I order a shirt, do you think I'll have it here by next Thursday? Going to Portland next weekend. I need some Dolce gear to rock. Most likely you should, as long as we have the size. And it's crazy. We got a run on shirts lately. So put the order in, brother. I'm pretty sure it'll come through. Would appreciate your advice for this one. I turned pro boxing last November, had 4 fights at 134 months ago. I decided to go down 126. Fought last Friday for my first national title and won. Hell yeah. Made weight pretty easily, no sauna, and that's my problem. I think I rehydrated to no more than 132. Should I cut more water or should I dehydrate it more? Dillo took 20 pounds after. No, I don't do anything TJ did. Right? Do not do anything TJ did. TJ got knocked out cold over a glancing blow from a much smaller man than himself due to restrictive weight cutting. I am not happy about any overcutting. So don't do that. Don't force your rehydration. But you might not have balanced your electrolytes properly post weigh-in, which means you might not have held on to as much of your weight that you could have and should have, and you might have been slightly dehydrated going into the fight. So really focus on your electrolyte consumption, balancing those out after you step off the scale. David, you got it. Zach says F keto. Exactly. Aiden, boom, smash that like. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Zach Dolce, please bring the house down with a rant equivalent to the Father's Day video. Definitely my favorite video. I got a few coming. I got one coming. I think I'm gonna out the douchebag who stole our meal plan or stole the credit of our meal plan to sell his own diet. I won't say it's not stolen valor because we give that's very specific to the military. That term is synonymous with what those dirtbags do. But not stolen valor. It'll be like stolen, credit, stolen credentials. I think is something we'll come up with a term for. But yeah, I got a rant coming soon. Michael Dolce, what is there? Some big jack dude eating pizza and talking about norepinephrine on my YouTube ads. I don't know, man. What's his name? I'm sure he's a Jew head. Mike Scartelli. Oh, no worries. Sean, Mike Dolce eats shorts. That's the secret. You want to know how to get lean. You want to know how to get shredded. You have to put another man's shorts. Got to be a man's shorts. One that you are not sexually attracted to. And you got to hold it on your face for 15 minutes a day. That's the way it works, ladies and gentlemen. You might not have known that, but there's a transfer of the ball juice, the smell from the ball juice. It actually initiates your pituitary gland to signal greater production of testosterone. Also, it has a dramatic effect on your myostatin. It decreases the myostatin inhibitors, allowing the body to produce more testosterone, IGF-1, and growth hormone. Therefore, you must find a man that you are not sexually attracted to. This might be hard for Sean because I know Sean is very sexually attracted to nearly every man he comes across. But do your best. Ask him if you can borrow. And it could be his shorts. It's better if it's his undershorts, right? Because you really want where the ball juice has soaked the most. That's where the powerful pheromonic acid lies. And that's what we're looking for. And I'm working on a sophisticated delivery system in which we can transdermally produce this pheromonic acid to a rub. It'll be a rub. Maybe it'll on your nipples. You'll have to rub it on your nipples because that's the only. I can't do it. I'm gonna have to cut an ad on that down the road. All right. Stephen, you got it. Ironhead, what's up, Ironhead? Laredo, Texas, cold winter showing LOL videos. But guys, Jesus Christ, you could probably sell baby juice, ball juice. Gotta log out. Guys, thank you, brother. Good to be here. Zach, the Hawani video on Zig was second. Please out the thief that stole your program so we can F with the mofo. I'm in. Ball juice, a fragrance by Dolce. Ding. Cold winter, what do you think about Tai Chi as a part of your exercise? Sure, I could get into the Tai Chi. My only influence or my only understanding of Tai Chi came from the movie Vision Quest. And I had that was the reaction. That was the reaction to it. So if you have not watched the movie Vision Quest, number one, shame on you. Number two, rent it tonight, Netflix and chill with the girlfriend. It is a love story. Madonna's in it, but it's about wrestling. Vision Quest. Go watch the movie Vision Quest, but Tai Chi is in the movie. And you know what I'm talking about. David Weimer, I can't right now, coach. You're killing me. I know, that was pretty funny. Zach C, Sean, what's your address? I'll send you my man thong after my 5-mile run. Damn, Sean gonna be making gains, baby. The pheromonic acid will be seeped in. I'm Ironhead, and by Tai Chi, he means eating shorts. Exactly. Cold winter, thanks. I will. All right, guys and gals, I got to jump out here. I'm super long, once again, super long, super late, but I appreciate you for being here. Remember, what would Dolce do? For those who care, leave that question below. What would Dolce do? And I'll start rattling out a bunch of videos. Maybe I'll do like all of them. That would be pretty awesome. What would Dolce do? Leave it in the comments below. Thank you all for being here. Remember, the 15 down challenge is going on. Check our Facebook page. Just type in 3 weeks to shred it into the search bar, and the team will approve you in. And I think that's it. Have a safe weekend. I will be back tomorrow. New videos every single day. Saturday and Sunday, expect new videos. Also, the Mike Dolce Show podcast, audio podcast with Mr. Mirsad Bektik. Make sure you subscribe to the audio podcast also. Until next time, boom.